Hey everybody, hope you all had a safe and happy Halloween. It is Tuesday, October 31st, 2023. It is 1 minute after 8:30 p.m. Pacific. Basically, I have a bag of candy ready for any kids that stop by with their parents, if they do, but it seems that that might not be the case. The ones I have are pick a slice, watermelon flavor, if you will. It's a variety pack here, but yeah, that's what I got. I got it from Patterson Foods, the local Mexican store. No offense when I say that, local Mexican store in Patterson. Close, well, kind of close by to where I work. You know, especially if you drive on the back end of Baldwin Road and all that to get to where you gotta go, or you turn and go down Eucalyptus and down Las Palmas, or not Las Palmas, First Street, if you will, and then there's the Patterson Foods, the Mexican store. Like I said, like I mentioned, I say that with no offense. Um, but yeah, I bought that day. I bought some Mexican bread, sweet bread, if you will, as well. I also have this opportunity because my mom's at my sister's. She's probably on her way back in a minute, if not already. She says she wanted to go there just to spend time with her because it's Halloween, as well as to see, and greet some trick-or-treaters. Maybe hope that her granddaughter would bring her great-granddaughter, down to do a little trick-or-treating as well, but that apparently will not be the case this year. But of course, the reason I'm doing this is to give you guys a bit of a channel update as to what's to come. Now, as some of you may have noticed, this past month I did do a fan vid, a redo, if you will, on my Cadillac Cats fan vid that I did years ago called "There's Nothing Gonna Stop Us," which is a song by Ollie and Jerry from the 1984 Breaking movies. Um, I basically, what I'm saying is expect maybe some of those again in November. The other thing I want to say is this November might be a little different in some cases. It might be a little different in some cases because, as you know, currently I'm seasonal at, where I'm working at my sister's job. So I don't know if I'm going to be there much longer. Pray I am. Pray that I am, and maybe at a part-time basis. But I don't know if by the end of this month, I'll be done for a while and I'll have to seek employment elsewhere. I'm not really sure. I mean, one thing my mom has asked me a lot about in the past few weeks is about the 27th, which is the Monday after Thanksgiving. She wants to know if I'm going to be off on that day or not. And even my sister, who's been there for a while, doesn't know because the schedule's on set until basically the Friday before. So, right after you're out of work, that's when the schedules are set for the following week. And you pretty much find out the Thursday before in what's known as the agenda meeting, the agenda notes meeting, which is something that takes place around 2 o'clock, if you will. You find out, exactly like towards the end of the meeting, you find out whether or not you're going to do the regular 40, or you're going to do 50, or you're going to do the 40, but you might also have the opportunity to get VTO because things might slow down. Stuff like that. And that's pretty much when that's pretty much when you have an idea of what your schedule may be the following week. If you find out, oh, it's going to be 50 hours, then hey, you're going to probably do 4 to 2:30, or if you're, in the afternoon, 3 to 1:30. If you kind of see what I'm saying. But if you find out you're only 40 hours, then you're pretty much set. You're pretty much good at the hours you already were established at, as well as you as well as, again, if they bring out the fact that, hey, we might do VTO, there you go as well. But, again, me and my sister were kind of like, we're telling my mom, or we're telling our mom, we're not really sure yet because she wants to take that Monday off. Of course, she's going to have 4 days to relax. Thanksgiving Friday, Black Friday, if you will, the weekend, Thanksgiving weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So she'll have 4 days to relax. But I understand what she's saying when she comes out and says, "Hey, look, I just want to, have that extra fifth day to really recharge." Because of course, she's probably going to go to church on the Sunday after Thanksgiving. The Saturday afterwards, we're not really sure, but, we'll have to wait and see. It's a wait and see situation. But, yeah, she wants to basically know when that's going to happen. And, that the reason I bring that up is because, like I said, I don't know how much longer I'll be working there. Pray I'll be working there for a decent time, maybe on a permanent basis, but part-time, if you will, with the schedule I have now, which is 6 to 2:30. But yeah, she just, she wants to know, and it's like, we don't know. We don't know. So, because it's, we kind of get a clue at the agenda notes meeting, and then officially when the schedule comes out the Friday before. But, be that as it may, again, I'm going to try to do more fan vids like the way I did with the redo video for Cadillac Cats. I have some in my mind already of what I want to do. I also have something planned for this week. I was going to do it last week, but of course, groceries became a priority. So I decided to focus more on that. But this week I'm going to do it because at least, I want to splurge on myself at least a few times while I have the job that I have. And, with the weekly payment that I have, if you will. I want to splurge a little bit. So the plan is to finally get some new games and movies and stuff down the line, and maybe do a show off video, a Blu-ray DVD update video of what I got. Basically, show off what I got. Kind of do what a Sean C. Phillips does. Basically go and buy stuff and then show you what I got. Or maybe similar to what Middle Jesus Rocks does. He goes out and he does these game hunting things and he shows you, hey, this is what I got. And then sometimes he collabs with Radical Reggie, and does that as well. So that's something I want to do real soon. And my mom, believe it or not, has kind of pretty much got the ball rolling with 2 movies that she's added to the collection. One is the third movie of a series of a movie franchise that she's a big fan of, and basically the hint on that is it has to do with a wedding, but it's a franchise, so this is like the third movie. And then the other one is a DC Comics movie that just came out. I think you all may know what that is. And that may or may not be the start, or at least a prelude start, to James Gunn's DCU, if you will. Anyway, that's the plan there for me this week. Outside of that, again, things are just going to go on as scheduled. Like I said, I don't know what it's going to be like as we head towards the end. My sister is kind of alluding that it may not be longer or much longer. It may be, in a few. It may be, at the end of the month. We're not really sure. But I do know one thing. If it's anything like today, which is really unusual, then we might have a clue as to when, we'll be told as to, how things are going to change and everything as we approach that date, as we get closer to that date, if you will. And the reason I bring up today is, every department, as far as I know, was pretty much busy. They pretty much had people working in their areas that they were assigned to, except Amazon. Amazon, I'm pretty sure right now, as I'm doing this, the night crew is working Amazon. There's no doubt. But usually you also have the day crew, which I'm a part of. Doing it at the same time. People across from them in the same area are doing stripping, because stripping, trailer stripping, truck stripping, is basically, and I talked about this before, when you take the Amazon returns and even the Kohl's returns, if you will, off the items, place them, either palletize them and take them to certain areas on the floor, between the Amazon area and stripping, to where Amazon can take them, and, the Amazon returns area can take them and then, put them on a conveyor belt, scan them, and then, get them ready to be returned directly to Amazon. Um, you have, you usually have that and everything. But today, like I said, it was kind of weird, because it was mainly everybody that was assigned, that would be like assigned to Amazon and everything, or at least certain people, maybe even myself. All of us, a majority of us, went to stripping. That's how crazy it was, because apparently, like I said, there was no Amazon. Even though there was plenty of Amazon to go with, to work with, there was none. There was like no need. There was no reason for anybody to go and work it. I mean, and people have been there, and most people have been there since 4. So you're thinking, what's going on here, right? Is the machine broken? What's happening? We're not really sure. But if it, like I said, if what's to be is like today, then we'll probably, like I said, we'll probably find out soon. Because this was kind of like unusual. It was kind of weird. Kind of like had a vibe like, okay, I know it's Halloween and everything, and everybody feels a little bit more relaxed. It's like a weekend day, but on a regular weekday. It's like a Friday, but it's a Tuesday. And it's also, like I said, it's also Halloween. So I know some things are off, but, we should still be busy. We should still be doing our areas, and we were. But like I said, what was strange is, usually when we're stripping down the trailers, taking out the items that have to be returned to have to be returned to Kohl's, or being returned to Kohl's, being returned to Amazon, and stuff like that. Usually when we palletize the Amazon stuff, onto pallets, we, like I said, we put the date label on them and put them in the section of the floor they need to go to, till till they're ready to be pretty much torn down, put onto the conveyor belt, scanned, and then loaded onto the trucks for return to Amazon. That didn't happen today. I mean, we did strip down the trailers, don't get me wrong, we did strip down the trailers, like I said, but all that was happening, is all the area, a majority of, not a majority of the floor space in the middle, was being pretty much filled up with Amazon returns. From the 26, which were labeled, 26, 31. And the 26 is basically like, okay, that's when the item, or the trailer with the item came in, or whatever. And the 31st is when it's being, put onto the floor, to be torn down and scanned and returned, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, the whole floor is filled up with a lot of these palletized returns for Amazon and everything. But what's even more crazy is, with a lot of these trailer strips, we also get empty totes. We get our Kohl's totes, if you will, that are flattened, kind of like how we built them, at our DC. But these are more like used up, torn down, used up, and everything. So what happened is that Usually we have a truck that comes in, or several trucks that come in and take a full. They get the signal and everything that okay, this trailer is ready to be pulled, even with these totes, these broke down totes. And for a while, nobody came. I mean, finally they did come, and it allowed us to, have an empty, free, trailer to put totes in. But for a while, they didn't come in, and just like the Amazon boxes, you had all these pallets worth of you had all these pallets worth of totes. Either they were already shrink wrapped, or you had to shrink wrap them yourself, or you had to build them up to a specific, size before you can put them in the trailer. You had a bunch of these totes all over the place, all these palletized totes all over the place, to where it got hard to maneuver, not just for myself, but for a lot of people. It really did. It really did. But, like I said, thankfully, before the day was out, they did get somebody to come in, with their truck, pull the trailer, and then put in an empty trailer, that was ready for use, if you know what I mean. Drink some Coca-Cola there. But yeah, it was just great. It was just one of those days where it's like, because one area was, not operational when it should have been, simultaneously while the stripping of the trucks were being done, I think that threw a lot of people off. Now, I'm not sure if, our section, the, trailer stripping and Amazon section was the only ones affected that way. Shipping looked like it was okay, wasn't too fast and all that. And like I said, didn't seem too fast, didn't seem too busy. We did have some red lights at the start and throughout, but not as bad as usual. We're indicated that hey, it's filled up. You need to break it down. That being the conveyor belt leading into the trailer that's going to ship off the items to the stores in selective cities. Nor did we have the blinking red lights telling us, hey, there's a jam. You need to take care of that. So, we didn't really have any of those, as much. I mean, we had them, but not as much and everything. I don't know if things were slowed down in the area where my sister was working, which is Pactolite, P2L, Pactolite. I'm not sure if they were slowed down in that area. Like maybe she was busy, but the area next to her, which is another department or whatever, isn't busy. And, I don't know. It's just weird. And again, I know it was Halloween and everything, so you gotta expect a little weirdness. But still, it's just like one of those days where it felt like a Friday instead of just a regular weekday. But anyway, like I said, if what my sister is projecting could be could be like what today was, then I could see her being right that, by the end of the month, I could be done. Not fired or anything, just kind of like laid off until I'm needed again or something. And I could understand it. I could see that if we have a day like we did, if we end up having days like we did today in the next several weeks. I know that I'm not going to be let go. I know me and the others that got hired seasonally will not be released or anything like that. This week or next week, maybe not even the following week. Mainly this week and next week we won't be because we got the incentive going on, the $2 extra incentive. So that's not going to happen. But as far as the rest of November goes, that's up in the air. I mean, we might get scheduled, but our schedule might be something like, well, for me, for example, mine could be like Monday work, off Tuesday, off Wednesday, Thursday work, off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, off Monday, work Tuesday, Wednesday, off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's how my schedule could end up being. Even starting this month, even starting at the end of this month. But that's a bridge we'll cross when we get to it. But yeah, going back to what I said earlier, That's one of the reasons why me and my sister are like, Mom, we don't know what's going to happen. My sister even says she's not even sure if she'll be scheduled on that day because it's the Monday after Thanksgiving and things might be very slow. And they might not need, really anybody, at all. But again, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But whatever happens at the end of this month, I can say this. Hopefully, put this in your prayers as well. Hopefully, I will be remonetized by this weekend. This November 4th, which is Saturday, is when everything goes back to normal. Basically, the strike that I have is abolished. It is gone. And I can remonetize. I can reapply for monetization once again. I was originally supposed to do that last month, this time frame, I think this past weekend, but because of what I had done previously by uploading a review or talking about something and linking it with an image that I used for, I think it was talking about my Rosemary Tales story I did, because I linked it to that image, it caused me to, get a strike and, lose a week of privileges and stuff like that and have to wait longer to get remonetized. But hopefully by the end of this weekend, going into next week, I will be monetized again. But like I said, keep that in your prayers and hopefully, nothing else comes up. But yeah, really not much going on. I'm hoping to get my CAW league up and running by this month as well. I already have the women pretty much figured out. I just got to get the arena created. And once I get the arena created, I might end up doing some live, if not recorded, CAW matches. And these will be in 4K because they're going to be recorded. If they're recorded, they'll be recorded off of the PS5 because of that option. If they'll live stream, they'll be live streaming 1080p. But anyway, not much to go off of besides that. I do know that MLPG5 is going to be premiering its 6th and final chapter for right now for Make Your Mark. And of course, there's discussions of the Secrets of Starlight and everything. And, what's the deal with the dragons and why do they have pony features? Could there be a connection with Spike and Rarity that may have made that happen? We're not really sure. So there's a lot of stuff coming up that I can talk about later on in the month when it happens as well, when I get the opportunity. But anyway, though, guys, I just wanted to come out here, give you a bit of a channel update for November, which starts tomorrow. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Comment if you like. Love to hear from each and every one of you on this. And until next time, I will talk to you all later.